Whenever you're ready to start class today, let's start laying down. You can grab some extra cushioning, or maybe a pillow or blanket on your way if you'd like. Maybe finding Shavasana with your arms and legs outstretched, or you can always bend your knees, stand your feet up in constructive rest pose, or find some other kind of hand, arm, leg positioning. So settling on in, taking a couple experiments. Excuse me. Settling on in, noticing what comes into your awareness, physically, mentally, or beyond. How does it feel to lie down here for a second? For many people, it's probably the first time you've been laying down today. So we're just checking it out. Normally us humans move in usually the same planes, sitting, standing, walking. We're just changing it up here, feeling your muscles relaxing, your heartbeat steadying. Perhaps noticing your breath here, maybe deepening your breath or morphing into a style of breath that feels nice as you settle in. Tapping into that flow, let's find our proper oral posture, closing or sealing the lips, but parting the biting surfaces of your teeth just a tiny bit, and then allowing your tongue to rest or gently press up on the roof of your mouth, with as much of your tongue making contact with the roof of your mouth as is comfortable. Notice or imagine your nasal passageways expanding so that it's easier for you to breathe in and out through your nose. Checking in with all the muscles around your eyes, letting go of any tension. Checking back in with your jaw, unclenching. Drawing the air low for some diaphragmatic breaths, letting your belly expand in all directions. The rib cage widens with your inhales. Exhaling in your own timing. Tapping into your own flow here, inhales and exhales. With the least amount of effort, minimum viable effort. And if you'd like to set a dedication or intention today, feel free to bring something to mind right now. Let's take 3 clearing breaths together, in through the nose and aside through the mouth. Go ahead. Starting to wiggle your fingers and toes, let your head rock from side to side. Continue to move your body, maybe circling out your ankles and wrists, maybe reaching into a long body stretch, straightening arms and legs. And then we'll come into our breathing bridge pose a few times. So if you have any props underneath you, maybe bringing those to the side for now. Bend your knees, stand your feet up on the floor. Let's press the arms down into the mat. Tuck your shoulder blades in together so your chest kind of puffs up here. But then tuck your tailbone under, kind of flattening your low back to the floor, engaging your abdominals. Inhale, lift the hip points high, feeling your glutes, feeling your thighs here, starting to work. And exhale, lower down with as much control as you can. Let's do that a few times. Inhale as you rise up. Exhale as you lower. Feel free to continue on just like that. Otherwise, let's add on. Next time you inhale and rise up, let's stay lifted here for the exhale. Inhale, rise up to your tippy toes. Exhale, lower just the heels, keeping up in our bridge. Inhale, picking up the toes, pressing into the heels this time. And then exhale, lower the toes, lower your pelvis all the way back down. Take a moment here. Any adjustments that you need, and then we'll do that one more time. Inhale, rise up, bridge pose. Exhale right here. Inhale, tippy toes, heels lifting. Exhale, heels lower, staying lifted here. Inhale, toes lift, press into the heels. And exhale, lower everything down, and then hug your knees in toward your chest, stretching out the glutes, and maybe finding a little massaging pressure here by circling your knees, rocking a little side to side or up and down. All right, let's come on up to a seat, maybe rocking and rolling here, or turning onto either side, and then pressing your way up. Let's straighten the legs out in front of us. They can be together or a little wider, whatever feels right to you. Bring your hands behind you. You can play with which way your fingers are pointing. Sometimes it's nice to have the fingers pointing towards your body. I'm going to start that way. So we're just spreading out the fingertips, pressing up through your chest, thinking about pressing the chest up more so than back bending here. We are getting a little bit of a back bend, but it's through the lifting of the chest rather than the backwards motion, if that makes sense. And you might shift a little bit side to side if that feels good in your body. I kind of like to twist my shoulders here a little bit. And then tucking your chin toward your chest, rise on up. We'll bend the knees, grab hold of your legs, your feet, if you can reach them here, maybe bending your knees enough so you can reach them. We'll inhale, kind of come to a halfway lift-like position. So we're straightening the spine as much as it takes. And then exhale, fold back in, grabbing hold of your legs or feet where you can. Let's do that again. Inhale, rising up, halfway lift, so straightening the spine. We're just in a different plane here. And exhale, fold. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, halfway lift, sliding your hands up to the thighs. And exhale, fold. This time we'll stay in our fold for a little bit. You could play with bending your knees a little bit more, maybe straightening your legs a little bit more. Maybe swaying a little bit or just hold steady. Feel like the Dynamic movement, maybe kind of halfway lifting and then folding a few more times. 2 more breaths. One more breath in and breath out. All right, coming back up. Let's sweep the legs behind us, come to hands and knees, tabletop. If you have extra cushioning for underneath your knees, maybe bring that on to the mat now. If you're on a nice squishy surface, maybe you don't need that. So we'll spread the fingertips out nice and wide. Inhale, cow pose, lowering your belly, lifting your tailbone, lifting your gaze. Exhale, cat, rounding your spine, tucking your chin, tucking your tailbone. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Inhale to cow. And exhale to cat. Keep going a couple more times, warming up your spine, your shoulders, your wrists. And we'll come back to tabletop. Bird dog is next. So right hand lifts straight up in front of us like we're shaking someone's hand, so thumb facing towards the sky. Left leg, so opposite limbs here, extending in opposite directions. You don't have to reach too high here. If anything, we want to just be as long as we can. So we're inhaling here in our lifted state, press into the planted hand and knee. Exhale, stay or curl your elbow in towards your knee beneath you. Inhale, extend. Exhale, curl. One last time, inhale, extend now. We're gonna switch it up a little bit here. Breathe like normal. Bring your right hand to your low back. So the back of your right hand to your low back if you can reach. Bend your left knee and just pull your left heel in toward your left glute. Try to stabilize yourself as much as possible, almost finding a bit of a cat-like back here, pulling the abs in. One more breath in, and then exhale, lower down. Bringing everything to the floor. You can give your hands a little shake here before switching sides if you'd like. And then we will switch sides. So this time the left hand reaches high, or straight out in front of us, right leg lifting behind. Inhale and exhale, curl. Inhale, extend, and exhale, curl. Last time, inhale, extend. Exhale, left hand comes to the low back, bend your left knee, pull your right heel in toward your right glute. Press your hand and knee into the floor, almost hollowing out through the core here, lifting up through the abdominals, stabilizing yourself as much as you can. One last breath in, and then exhale, lower down. We'll come down to our stomach next, our stomachs, if you will. Lower all the way down to crocodile pose, stacking your hands or fists beneath your forehead. Now allowing your heels to splay out to the sides. 3 big breaths. One more breath here. Planting your hands on either side of the chest here. Inhale, press up to tabletop, and exhale, child's pose, bringing your knees out wide if you'd like. Bringing the big toes together behind you, sinking your head and heart down toward the floor. Diaphragmatic breath here. Belly breathing. Option to tent the fingertips up here and reach through the shoulders a little bit more. All right, come on up, tabletop. We'll grab our blocks here and find our way to our first downward facing dog. Curling toes under. Easing your way in, maybe bending and straightening opposite knees right away. Maybe you can always like lift one leg up, and then the other. Anything goes as long as you're feeling safe. All right. Bending your knees, look up toward your hands, step or walk your way to the top, ragdoll, forward fold. Let's try a deeper bend of the knees this time. We can kind of bend and straighten the knees as we sway. And then start to make your way on up to stand, walking your hands up your legs for support. When you get to the top, let's shake it out a little bit, waking up any parts of the body that need a little wake-up call. All right. Up at the top of the mat, look at your toes here. Pick up your toes, spread out your toes, and then grip your toes down into the mat. Inhale, reach both arms high. Exhale, baby back bend. We'll cactus or goalpost the arms, puff the chest up, squeeze the glutes. Inhale, standing high, upward salute. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Sliding your hands up to your thighs. And exhale, hands come down to the blocks. Let's step just the right foot back. Lower your right knee down to the mat. Left leg steps out to the left side. Plant your left foot. And then we'll rock forward and back a little bit here, stretching out the inner left leg. If it doesn't feel good to have your left foot planted, you can kind of play around with kind of shifting on your heel, sitting back a little farther. Okay, planting. You're coming back up. Let's bring the left knee back to meet the right. Curl the toes under, downward dog. Big breath in and out. Inhale and exhale. Last breath in and out. Inhale, bend your knees, but then with your exhale, walk your hands to the back of your mat. Forward fold at the back. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, joining hands overhead. Exhale, baby back bend. Cactus the arms, squeeze the glutes. Inhale, hands reach high. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk your hands out, high plank, shoulders over wrists. One big breath in. Exhale, knees lower, chest lowers. Untuck your toes, press into the tops of your feet. Inhale, baby cobra or upward facing dog, whichever you prefer. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, baby cobra, pressing your way up to your upward facing dog. Exhale, child's pose, knees lower, seat lowers. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhale, tabletop, curling your toes under, and exhale, downward dog. Big breath in and out. 2 more breaths. Inhale and exhale. Last breath in. Last breath out. Inhale, bend your knees, look up toward the top of your mat. Exhale, step just the right foot forward and lower your left knee down to the mat. We'll step the right foot to the outside and find that rocking motion here, maybe planting your right foot on the mat as you rock forward and back, maybe coming up to your heel, kind of playing around with the different angles. Okay. Let's bring that, is it right knee back in, curl your toes under, and then come to downward dog, then stepping to the top of your mat. So we end up in a forward fold, one way or the other. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rising all the way up to the top, hands reaching overhead. Exhale, hands come down to heart center. Take a few moments. Steadying your breath. Let's take a clearing breath in through the nose and a sigh to release. Inhale, hands reaching high. Exhale, side bend to the right, grabbing hold of your left wrist, pulling that left arm over to the right, lengthening through the left side. Inhale, come back up to center, switch your grip, and exhale, side bend left. Let's do that again. Inhale, coming up to the center. Exhale, side bend right, either holding onto that hand or letting your right arm come down this time. Inhale, center. Exhale, side bend left, your variation. Inhale, come back up to the center. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step just the left foot back, lower your left knee down to the mat. Inhale, sweep the arms high. Find a neutral pelvis here, maybe tucking your tailbone under a little bit. It could feel like a stretch there on your left hip flexor area. Big breath in. Exhale, open arm twist to the right. Let's look back towards the right hand if you can. Let's stay in our twist here. Inhale, turn just your gaze, just your head to the left. Exhale, turn your head to the right. Inhale to the left. Exhale to the right. A little bit of sneaky balance practice here. Inhale, come back up to the center. Exhale, open arm twist to the left. Inhale, looking to the right, looking ahead. Exhale, looking to the left. Inhale to the right. Exhale to the left. Last time, inhale right. And exhale left. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, lower your hands down to blocks. Take as many breaths as you need to here as you step your right foot back to three-legged down dog. One big breath in. Exhale, setting the right foot down, downward dog. One big breath in and out. Last breath in and out. Inhale, bend your knees, look up toward your hands. Exhale, walk your hands to the back of your mat. Forward fold at the back. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, joining hands overhead. Exhale, baby back bend. Inhale, reaching high. And exhale, fold. Sticking with the flow here, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk your hands all the way out to your high plank, shoulders over wrists. One big breath in here. Exhale, knees lower, chest lowers. Inhale, baby cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, lower. Inhale, baby cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, press your way on up and back, child's pose. 3 big breaths whenever you arrive. Inhale, rise up, tabletop, grabbing hold of your blocks. And exhale, downward dog. Big breath in and out. Inhale, three-legged down dog with your left toes lifting. Exhale, step just that left foot forward. Lower your right knee down to the mat. Inhale, rise up. Crescent moon. Finding that little tuck of your tailbone here, so you're feeling just like really solid through the core. Breathing in. Exhale, open arm twist to the left, gazing back toward your left fingers. Inhale, keep the twist, turn your head to the right. Exhale to the left. Inhale, gazing right. Exhale, left. One more time. Inhale, right. And exhale, left. Come back to the center with a big breath in. Exhale, open arm twist to the right this time. We're looking back to the right fingers. Turning your head, inhale to the left. Exhale, right. Do that a couple more times. Inhale, left. Exhale, right. Last time, big breath in. And out. Ooh, inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, lower your hands down to your blocks. Maybe even come up to the highest setting here. Curl your right toes under, pick up your right knee. Step to the top of your mat. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands come down to heart center. Take a few moments. Checking in, seeing how things are. Take a clearing breath in through the nose. And a sigh to let go. All right, let's come on down to a squat here next. If you know you like to build yourself a little seat or something, go ahead and make your seat here. Bring the legs out a little bit wider. Usually toes are facing out with the heels slightly in. You can start up top here, just bringing the hands down to the knees, kind of warming up here, maybe shifting your weight side to side or twisting one shoulder down to the center and then the other. Oh, this one's just the best. Love that twist. Take your time, maybe eventually coming down to your seat or the edge of a couch, or maybe staying up a little taller, tending to yourself here as needed, puffing the chest up. Make sure you're in a safe and comfortable position. If you've gone too far, just come on down to a seat if you need to, or heading there next. Otherwise, maybe choose an unmoving focal point. Let's take 3 more breaths. And eventually go ahead and make your way down to a seat. Your legs come out in front of you, giving them a little bit of a shake. And then we'll come on down all the way to your back. You can bring your knees in with you if you want. Maybe a little bit of rocking up and down your spine if you like. Or some nice free movement here, keeping your back down and just circling your knees or legs. You've probably heard me say it before, but I think this is one of the most underrated movements, poses. Maybe it's just me, but like my low back and like that sacrum area just needs some pressure. All right, we'll head into a twist here next, bringing your feet down to the floor. We'll try our eagle leg variation today. So we'll pick up the left leg and cross it over the right leg, like you're sitting in a chair, thigh to thigh, knee to knee, if that's available to you. We'll scoot way over toward the left edge of the mat, scooting the pelvis over for the left edge, and then allow your knees to start twisting to the right. If you want to make this into kind of a dynamic movement, we can inhale and bring our knees back up. Exhale, let your knees twist to the right as you gaze slightly to the left. Let's give you a really subtle movement here with your inhales, just almost imperceptibly moving. Exhales, getting into your twist a little bit deeper. Go ahead and keep that dynamic movement, or just settle in, enjoying stillness, if that is more your style. Or a little bit of both. Starting to rise back up. Let's uncross the legs. Let's take a long body stretch in between. Arms and legs reaching long. Maybe circling your wrists and ankles if you want to. And then we'll switch sides, bending your knees again. This time we'll cross the right leg over the left leg, thigh to thigh, knee to knee, like you're sitting in a chair. This time we're scooting the pelvis over towards the right edge of your mat. And with a nice exhale, slowly twisting your knees to the left, maybe turning your head slightly to the right. You want to do that dynamic movement, almost like your inhale just takes you up on your own. You know what I mean? And then exhales have you twisting. It's almost like a ringing, gentle ringing of the spine, if you like that. At some point, maybe just settling in to stillness or continuing this dynamic movement. Check for any over efforting through the shoulders or through your face, or maybe it's something else. Softening where you can, enjoying another breath or two, twisting, and then eventually make your way back up to the center. Let's take another long body stretch here. You could alternate between long body stretch and pulling your knees in toward your chest. And then if there are any last poses, movements, or stretches that you'd like, go ahead, move through those now, and eventually set yourself up for your final rest. Maybe in the same position you started in today, or perhaps you get a little extra cozy. You could bring your legs up the wall or your calves up on a chair or up on a couch or something. Maybe grabbing a eye pillow or a little something to cover your eyes. If it ever feels like you're I've heard this feedback before that sometimes people feel like they have to like concentrate on keeping their eyes closed. If that ever feels like you, I would suggest trying some kind of eye pillow or eye mask, just so you just don't even have to think about it. It's quite helpful. And during today's meditation reflection period here, some time for rest, integrating all of the movement and intention we've had today throughout our class. If it feels enjoyable for you to spend this time visualizing, I'd love to offer up the thought of spending this time kind of visualizing what kind of world you would like to exist, or what kind of neighborhood you'd like to be in, what kind of community, how a thriving community might look to you. Let's spend a little time daydreaming of something better, of some kind of improvement in your local community or even the world at large. But just let our minds and our hearts dream up something, some kind of connection. How can we grow our connections in our communities? How can we include others or invite others into our web of resources? Are there ways in which you wish your community was caring for you at this time? What would it look like if your immediate surroundings, your community, your neighborhood had all the resources they needed? What kinds of resources or connections do you wish you had access to? What kinds of rules would you like to get rid of altogether? What are some virtues that you'd like to see embodied around you in your community? What else comes to mind as you continue to let your mind wander on this brainstorm, this creation, this imagining, envisioning of a community or a world that we wish to be part of? Do we see ourselves playing a role in its creation? How would it feel? How would it feel to look around and know that you and your family and all your friends, what if you had the support, the resources everyone needed to thrive? What would that feel like? And what's your mind's reaction to imagining that? Is there resistance? Does it seem like it's possible? Are you finding any resistance in your thoughts or visions? Checking back in with your physical body here, relaxing, releasing tension. If you're enjoying holding this vision in your mind, feel free to hold on to it here or in the next few breaths here, our last maybe 10 breaths. Just go ahead and let go of any need to think or create. Let's just be. Spend these 10 breaths just being, breathing, not really doing a whole lot else. As you're finishing up here, let's wait for the right moment to invite in some movement, Some wiggling of fingers and toes. Maybe yawning or swallowing. Continuing to move in ways that feel good to you. Eventually choosing a side and rolling to the fetal position on either side. Spend another full breath there. Just honoring the pause, the transition. And then use the help of your arms, your hands to press your way up to a comfortable seat. Let's join hands together at the heart center. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and be free. And may our own thoughts, words, and actions somehow contribute to that happiness and freedom for all. Bringing thumbs up to third eye center now. Let's seal our class in with a little bow forward and gratitude. Thank you. Peace.